Happy Monday, everybody. How are you today? Welcome back to Sportsology. I'm your host, RyanK. For the last year or so, I've been doing kind of daily videos for daily fantasy sports, giving people advice for baseball, basketball, and football, telling them who they could play. I enjoy doing this so much, so I've decided to transition this over to my professional life a little bit more, and that's where Sportsology came to debut. The goal of the show is for me to come on here for a little bit, and I'll talk to you about technology, business technology for about 60 seconds, share a little bit tidbit of some of the knowledge I have, and then we'll get right into a couple of daily fantasy sports picks. Obviously, this time of the year, we'll do basketball. Yesterday was a great day for me personally when it comes to the daily fantasy sports side of things. Been chasing it for a while. Finished second place out of over 67,000 people on the $3 sharpshooter on DraftKings. That netted a profit of approximately $6,500. So I just want people to know that it can happen to you. I play a lot. Finishing in the very, very top of a large tournament like that is not easy, but if you work hard and you keep taking a look at things and you keep taking chances, eventually you will also net yourself a nice big day like that. So let's take a look at today's technology. And opposed to going through some feature sets today of a specific technology, I want to discuss quickly the advantages of implementing video conferencing into your organization. So ESG uses a few vendors, including Polycom, Video with a Y, Crestron, and a lot of other people when we put a large video conferencing solution into a company or a school or a government entity or whatever it might be. The first thing I'm going to tell you, don't do this unless you're willing to spend the money to do it correctly. What happens when people try to be cheap and try to chintz down how much they want to spend on a video conference solution, it doesn't work well and people tend not to use it. It has to be user friendly for your employees to truly take advantage of it. We call this CEO proofing it. You want the owner of the company to be able to come down, plug in his laptop, have it populate to the screen so that he's not stuck there trying to figure out 20 different wires. I use the comparison of trying to use a TV or a stereo at a friend or a neighbor or a relative's house, and you can't figure out what remote does what, and it takes forever. I watched the Mayweather Pacquiao fight at a buddy of mine's house last year when it happened, and it took 4 or 5 of us, a bunch of guys who all know their stuff, 45 minutes to figure out this guy's television. And so it can be difficult. That's why you want to make it simple. In my experience, 3 of the big things that you're going to get out of implementing a quality video conferencing solution into your organization, these are just 3 of the top 3, but there's plenty more. The first one is you're going to cut down on travel expenses. Per diem can be very, very expensive, paying for gas, paying for mileage, and time out of the office to make that half hour, 2 hour, 5 hour drive, or whatever it might be. We have a local credit union that we work with that has approximately 20 branches. The ROI for them was 6 months. In 6 months, they paid for a whole video conferencing Polycom solution by all the money that they had been spending on per diem. Now they do these weekly meetings over video conferencing as opposed to everybody having to drive from all around the state. Next up, team unity. Here at Enterprise Systems Group, we do have salespeople or technology solution specialists all around the state. By having us close together on these video conferencing solutions, I just feel I feel more team unity with people that I don't see on a daily basis. The numbers will reflect it. Studies have been shown to kind of support this. That if you see people, it adds to your feeling of closeness to them. Lastly is the quality of the meeting. What I talk about there is I want to talk about all the conference calls you've ever been on. How many times do you end up sitting there and tweeting, returning emails, getting other work done, and not paying attention to what's on the conference call? The results are staggering. The study's done that if you implement video conferencing, it forces people to pay attention because they're being seen. They're not sitting there on their computers the whole time returning emails, and it becomes a much more quality and efficient meeting, and you get a lot more value out of it per employee. So that is what I wanted to talk about today for the technology side of things. Now let's move into sports. So I want to reiterate, I had a great day yesterday on DraftKings. If you want to talk to me about getting going on DraftKings, I do have a private affiliate link. Otherwise, if you just need some advice or have some questions, feel free to hit me up over my email and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. 2 guys that I am looking at as of for today, I'm going to start with Bobby Portis of the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls are very beat up right now. Noah's out for the year. Mirotic is out. Jimmy Butler is out with a knee injury right now. So this means that Bobby Portis just has to play more minutes. Very talented young kid. He will definitely get his fair share of minutes tonight. He's safe because he has a lower price, but he does have a much higher ceiling. My advanced stats research calls for him to have a great night, approximately 6.5 times value, which is more than you really need him to do. Bobby Portis should be a safe play. Next up, I'm going to check out a guy that was a big help yesterday. I had him in all my lineups. He paid off very, very well, and that is Ken Bazemore of the Atlanta Hawks. Price today at 5,200 on DraftKings. Great day yesterday. Up and down season for Bazemore. He gets hot, he plays well. He plays less, he plays better. It's been up and down, which is the case with athletes a lot, but he's been really good the last 4 games, trending in an upward direction. And he gets to play the same team he played yesterday, the Orlando Magic, in which he had a great game. I feel very confident you can put Bazemore into the small forward spot and get some success out of him this evening. That's what I got today. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching Sportsology and have a wonderful rest of your Monday.